Summer blockbusters have the potential to reel in a record number of people to movie theaters. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is already down in the history books for drawing in massive crowds, or in other words, many, many muggles. Film critic Erik Childress is on set with us this morning with more on movies and money. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So let's talk about this Harry Potter phenomenon. How many records have already been broken?
Well, just this weekend, it broke the all-time 3-day opening weekend that was set by The Dark Knight a few years ago in 2008. By Tuesday, it's going to be at $200 million. By the end of this weekend, it's going to be at $300 million.
Some critics say it could even get to $400 million in ticket sales. Do you buy that, and can you put it in perspective?
Yeah, no, it's certainly a big deal. I mean, at the pace it's certainly making, I mean, repeat business, this being the final chapter and all, it's most likely going to hit $400 million at some point. Just last year, the only $400 million movie we had was Toy Story 3. Again, another sort of concluding chapter to a beloved franchise. So there's only a handful of movies that have reached that plateau in all these years.
Now, behind the scenes, this is a box office battle between Warner Brothers and Paramount Pictures. Paramount coming out with its big budget movie this weekend, Captain America. Who do you think is going to come out on top?
Well, it's going to be really close. I mean, I think Harry Potter is going to lose. You know, a lot of people went to see it opening weekend, so the movie's very front-loaded. Captain America is probably going to do over $50 million, may get up to as much as $60 million this weekend. Harry Potter might still quite have the edge, around $65 to $70 million, though, if the repeat viewing is there.
And there have been some box office flops already this summer.
There's only been sort of one real kind of loser. Warner Brothers' Green Lantern is really the one, based on the reported budget of, they're saying, up to $200 million. The thing only grossed about $115 million domestically, and is only up to about $150 million worldwide. So it's definitely one of the few films that's sort of below its budget at this point.
And Justin Timberlake, back on the silver screen. Yes. Is he considered a force in Hollywood with his acting so far?
Well, he's never really had a starring role like he has in this movie. I mean, he's done some animated voice work. He's had some supporting roles last year's Social Network. He got a lot of acclaim for. This is really his first chance to sort of break through with sort of the comedic timing that he's shown so well on Saturday Night Live. And he has a chance to really, you know, to have a pretty decent hit with this movie coming out.
Right, Friends with Benefits. What do you think it's going to do at the box office?
I think it's probably going to do probably in the high teens, maybe, you know, if the word of mouth catches on, maybe in the early 20s. But I'm thinking around 18 million.
Oh wow, that would be decent. And
no, it definitely has potential to be sort of a kind of a late summer sleeper hit.
Interesting. And what about Disney with Pooh? You have to love Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, you have to love Winnie the Pooh, but apparently nobody does, because nobody went to see it this weekend. And why Disney decided to release it up against one of the biggest franchises in movie history is kind of baffling. I mean, I don't know exactly where they were going to release it this summer with all the kids' fare that was out there. But you think maybe they would have held it back to the fall or maybe the holidays and let it to give it a little breathing room. It only made, you know, $8.5 million this weekend. Not very good for a really beloved franchise.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks so much for your time today, Erik Childress, a film critic.
Thank you.